모두 잘 지내셨습니까?
Yeah.
Oh, hello, everyone.
Hello.
It's nice meeting you all.
Can you
Good morning. Good morning from Nepal.
hear us?
이제 시작하기 전에 음수거를 좀 부탁드리겠습니다. 각 참석자들.
I'd like to ask you to turn off your, can you please mute your microphone before we start?
예, 그러면 기도를 메릴린 안젤루치님에게 부탁드립니다.
I'd like to ask Beverly Angelich for prayer, please.
Давайте начнем с молитвы.
안젤루치, 레브론 안젤루치 계신가요?
Reverend Angelich, are you there?
네, 계십니다.
아, 그래요. Oh, Reverend Julius, how are you? Yeah, long time no
Yes,
see.
Professor Hill. Yes,
Yeah.
long time no see.
그러면 다른 분한테 기도 부탁드릴까요?
Julius, please, Julius.
오케이.
Yeah, please join me in prayer. Beloved Heavenly Parent and our victorious true parents of heaven, earth, and humankind. We are gathered here centering on our beloved true parents, all our Chonbo families, Chonbo challengers, blessed families and leaders. As we are now gathered in this second session for the Chonbo Leaders School. We are so grateful for giving us our Professor Hil Yong-Wan, who is guiding us, giving us this training on how we can be raised up as Chonbo leaders who can really inherit the heart of our beloved true parents in guiding our tribe, guiding our families, and growing up as ideal families who can fully represent our true parents with other families. Please be with us, guide us, all the participants, all our distinguished and honored Chonbo families who are here, so that we can really grow, we can really develop more our understanding of how we can really raise up our families, be capable to really become the embodiment of the principle, embodiment of the love from our true parents. So please use
لطفاً از طریق آقای گیل استفاده
receive all of this wisdom and guidance that we need in the front line for us to be victorious and really fulfill the expectations of our true parents to multiply. Thank you once again. We offer this day to you and this second session of the Chonbo Leader School. I report this prayer on behalf of all our brothers and sisters in the name of Julius and Ayako Malikdam Blessed Trump family. Aju.
아주. Thank you so much. 감사합니다. 다음으로
기도를 하도록 그렇게 좀 해주세요.
네.
많이 들어오신 것 같아요.
알겠습니다. 네, 이제 저희 현장에서 참석하신 국가회장님들이나 메이저 리더들 이제 소개 부탁드리려고 하는데, 혹시 각 나라 국가회장님 계시면은 그냥 언뮤트 하시고 간단한 자기소개랑 인사를 부탁드리겠습니다.
Представьтесь, пожалуйста. Расскажите о себе немножко.
Yes. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to everyone. My name is Ronnie Sodusta. I am the Vice President of FFWPU. Professor Hill, good evening. I am also the President of the Heavenly Asia Pacific region. I hope we can have a good time together. Thank you.
Hey, nice to meet you, Lonnie. 유타코 회장님 계시고.
Reverend could you please introduce yourself? You can
Пожалуйста,
unmute your microphone.
Good
представьтесь,
evening,
возьмите
good afternoon, everyone, and
микрофон.
Professor
Добрый
Gill.
вечер.
My name is Yutaka Yamada. I'm a sub-regional
Я
director of
Ютака
Oceania. We are really grateful to join Professor Gill's education. Thank you.
Океане.
Okay, Philippines, Leo, Angelo, Philippines.
Philippines.
Good evening, Professor Hill. Good evening to everyone.
Добрый вечер, профессор Гилл.
All our beloved leaders and brothers and sisters, good
Добрый
morning,
вечер,
good
братья
evening, and good
и сестры.
afternoon. Yeah, my name
И
is
добрый
Leo
вечер,
Bahalo.
добрый день.
I am the national leader of the Philippines. Nice to meet you all, and
Я
I'm really
национальный
grateful
лидер
to Professor
Филиппин.
Gill for
Приятно
this
с вами,
great and
приятно
amazing
познакомиться,
invitation.
приятно
Thank you
видеть
very
вас всех.
much.
Okay, thank you.
Что вы присутствуете сегодня здесь.
Thank you. Namaste. Good morning. Our
Namaste.
Professor Gill and all our beloved leaders from all over the world, especially Asia Pacific 1 and 2. I'm so grateful. My name is Prakash Babu Thapa. I am the national leader and STMA Director South Asia. Thank you.
Извините, я опоздала. Я опоздала, мне внезапно позвонили. Я
Okay, is
извиняюсь.
there ambulance here?
교수님 안녕하세요.
Oh, yeah, I
Good
go.
morning, brothers and sisters.
Добрый
My
вечер,
name is
братья и
Monisha
сестры.
Kim. I am in charge of the Canada movement.
Я возглавляю
SCO.
Канаду. Я национальный лидер Канады. Я Джон Кинг. Я национальный лидер Канады.
네, 아프리카 쪽 참석자들도 계시는데 혹시
У нас есть гости из Африки.
is there any national leaders or community leaders from Africa who can also
Есть ли у нас
say hi to
национальные
the
и
class?
местные лидеры из Африки? Представьтесь, пожалуйста.
How are you, Dr. Gill? We are very grateful. I'm Reverend Kalisto Mshati, National Leader, Zimbabwe. Thank you so much for
Я
the
национальный
meeting.
лидер Зимбабве.
Okay, Zimbabwe.
Thank you.
I'm from Zambia, Eric Mtewa, Blessed Family Department Director from Zambia.
Я
Thank you.
представляю департамент благословленных семей из Замбии. Мистер Мутева.
그러면 인사를 다 끝난 것 같은데 저희 지금 통역이 조금 약간 영어 통역이랑 러시아어 통역이
지금 제가 저기 다른 언어 통역이 제가 들리거든요.
네, 알겠습니다. 옐렌나 씨 혹시 지금 통역방을 안 쓰셔서 영어 통역하고 지금 겹치고 있거든요. 그래서 통역방에 좀 들어가셔서 통역해 주시면 되겠습니다.
잠시만요. 선생님, 에미상 내 말 좀 들었어요?
네, 지금 들리는데 영어 통역이랑 들리거든요. 그래서 러시아어 통역방에 들어가셔서 통역해야 되는데.
잠시만요.
네, 좀 해결해 주시면 감사하겠습니다. 네, 그러면 이어서 출석 체크 시간인데요. 지금 이미 하고 계시겠지만
Let's do our attendance before we start.
네, 지금 이미 하고 계시지만 그 채팅방에 들어가셔서 연락처랑 이름이랑
Can you please leave your name, where you're from in your chat room?
그 자세한 정보를 그냥 남겨주시면 감사하겠습니다.
Please leave your names, your
오케이.
네, 그러면 이제 출석 체크하시는 동안 오늘 주요 참석자들을 소개하겠습니다. 먼저
while we are checking our attendance, we'll introduce our leaders.
네, 이제 현장에서 이미 그 국가회장님들도 인사하셨지만 저희 현장 쪽 코디들을
National directors
소개하려고
said
합니다.
hello from each region. I'd like to introduce our staff members.
네, 이제 코디들이 되게 많지만은
There are
카츠미
many
캄바시,
coordinators.
카츠미 캄바시 씨, 그리고 이제 새로 임명된 아프리카 쪽 코디네이터 시샤님도 오늘 처음으로 참석하셨습니다. 큰 박수
Shisha from
부탁드립니다.
Africa, who is a new HTM director, coordinator. Please give a big round of applause.
네, 그리고 이제 아시아 쪽에서 프라카시 원장, 그리고 이제 제이미 베가라 원장하고 크리스탈.
제니 라바로, 크리스탈.
네, 이제 그리고
До этого у меня был русский включен.
유럽 쪽에서 이제 그 제인 토레센, 그리고 하르코 모리타 씨, 그리고 알렉세이 사벨리ев.
Alexei Sabeliev.
네, 이렇게 열심히 해주시는 코디들에게 큰 박수 부탁드리겠습니다.
Let's give a big round of applause to all the coordinators who work very hard in their region.
네, 그리고 오늘 우리 메인 참석자 길영환 원장 오늘 참석하셨습니다. 큰 박수
Dr. Yohan Gill, who
부탁드립니다.
is our main speaker, please give him a round of applause. Thank you.
Профессор Гилл.
Thank you, I love you.
Добрый вечер.
죄송한데요. I'm sorry. I'm still hearing the Russian
translation.
That's really strange because I also can hear. I also hear the English, like they are just kind of mixed.
Yelena, I think you need to go into the Russia. There's a group. Sorry, the translation group. You need to go in there and then translate from there, because right now we're all listening to the English translation. I can hear you as well.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. Okay. 그리고 오늘 통역 도와주시는 크리스티나 감바시, 그리고 문명호 선생님, 그리고 옐레나 씨.
Translation for English, Christina Lee, and Yelena for Russian.
네, 그리고 문명호 차장님. 큰 박수 부탁드리겠습니다.
Let's give them a big round of applause. Thank you for their translation.
네, 그리고 저는 오늘 호스트랑 전체 코디네이터 스마트 아미 은가마입니다. 반갑습니다. 안녕하세요.
Thank you. Hello, everyone.
네, 그러면 이제 오늘 수업 순서를 말씀드리자면
I'd like to give a brief program guideline today.
먼저 길영환 원장님께서 이번 핵심 주제를 소개하신 다음에
Director Yohan Gill will give you today's subject brief guidance.
그리고 이제 현장을 대표해서 2명의 발표자가 그 핵심 주제와 관련된 간증을 공유할 예정입니다.
They will share their testimonies from their region.
네, 그리고 각 원장님의 설명과 각 발표자의 발표가 끝나고 피드백과 Q&A 시간을 가질 겁니다.
Professor Gill and two people's presentation, there will be a feedback.
네.
그리고 우리 그 네팔의 카넬 우리 리더께서 책을 펴냈는데 우리 박수 한번 쳐주십시다. 축하의 박수.
Reverend Nepal Kanel from who published the book. Let's give him a big round of applause for congratulate him for publishing a book.
Congratulations, Kasti.
Fantastic book.
네. 그러면 바로 길영환 원장님을 모시고 오늘 핵심 주제 설명을 듣도록 하겠습니다. 큰 박수 부탁드리겠습니다.
To listen to his main lecture today. Let's give him a big round of applause.
네. 감사합니다. 반갑습니다.
Thank you very much. It's nice meeting you.
여러분, 요 근래 굉장히 바쁘고 힘든 시간들을 많이 보내고
I'm sure
계십니다.
everyone is very happy and in difficult situation in many ways.
연일 계속되는 이 온라인 회의와 강의에 고생들이 많으십니다.
Daily online meetings, and I'm sure it's not so easy for everyone.
هست و شما سختی بسیاری رو
지금 밤 11시가 다 되는데도 참
Almost
어렵게 시간
11 p.m. in Australia.
그럼에도 불구하고
Thank
우리가
you so
오늘
much
왜
for
만나야
attending.
될까요?
And why do we need to meet with each other?
이거는 우리 어머님께서 430도 중요하고 43가 정도 중요하지만은 더
This is
중요한
from True Mother. Of course, it's important 43 families and 430 families restoration, but
내 자신이 진실한 천보 가정이 되는 것을 더 중요하게 생각하고 계십니다.
she believes or feels it's more important that each one of us become chombo ourselves.
이름만 천보 가정이 아니고 정말 이런게 가서도 천보라고 불릴 수 있는 가정이 되는 게 중요합니다.
Not only the name of chombo, but we ourselves truly become chombo selves. It's very important.
그래서 430 가정을 한 것을 어머님은 인정을 다 해주셨습니다.
The True Mother accepted that we've finished 430 families restoration.
그래, 너희들 수고했다. 그러면은 나에게 43가정을 보여달라. 이렇게 원하고 계십니다.
You did very well. Then please show me your 43 core families.
그래서 우리는 정말로 43가정을 만들기 위해서 내 자신이 정말로 수용해야 됩니다.
So we have to, in order for us to restore 43 families, we really have to work hard on ourselves, train ourselves.
그래서 우리가 43가지 되기 위해서 나를 중심해서 삼위 기대를 만들어서 그것을 확대시켜 나가야 됩니다.
So in order for us to restore 43 core families centering on Trinity, and we have to expand that Trinity.
그러기 위해서 오늘 우리가 공유하고자 하는 것은 스스 리더십입니다.
So today, what I'd like to share with you is give and take leadership.
일반적으로 코칭이라고 부르기도 하는 도를 우리가 생각해 볼 수 있습니다.
We can say generally like coaching leadership, but also we can think about in more details.
이 코칭 리더십은 대단히 인본주의적입니다.
This coaching leadership is very humanistic way of coaching.
그래서 우리가 신인본주의를 중심 삼고 우리가 작업해야 되기 때문에 원리에서 나오는 스스 리더십.
на компьютере в Zoom. Да. Okay.
Sorry. Because we have to work in heavenly humanistic way.
Сейчас, секундочку, сейчас я попробую включить.
I have other language in my.
네, 그래서
share the
여러분들이 이 영상을 보시면서 생각해 보기로 하겠습니다. 첫 번째 영상
Let's watch the video together and think about it. Think about this.
Nice to meet you. This is my first time sharing with you the Chambo Well Coaching Give and Take Leadership, which is the main theme of the Chambo Leaders School 3 course. There are various ways to develop a heavenly heart. There are also many ways to become heavenly treasure. That is Chambo. Even in religion, there are many ways to practice a religious life. However, during this session, I propose well coaching give and take leadership as one of the methods for practicing heavenly heart as Chambo in our dialogue and relationship with heavenly parents. The divine principle says that the core problem in humanity is the third relationship between heavenly parents and human beings. The cause of all unhappiness in human beings is due to the loss of the give and take relationship with heavenly parents' heart, that is Chanshim. The biggest contradiction in human life is that the give and take relationship that unites the mind and body is broken. Mind and body is broken. True Mother also said to the world leaders, let's start with the exercise that unites the body and mind. Mother said in Chanjangun. For this purpose, this well-coaching give and take leadership was created based on the principle of give and take action. One of the themes in the principle of creation, that is, through the agents of universal prime energy. The subject and object element of every entity form a common base and enter into interaction. This interaction, in turn, generated all the forces an entity needs for existence, multiplication, and action. This describes the process in the core value of see well, do well, and be well, which can be applied well in well coaching, give and take leadership. Well coaching give and take leadership consists of 4 modules. The first module is about what a give and take leader is. A GT leader can mean many things. In order for us to have an answer on what a GT leader is, we will think about the definition, philosophy, and characteristics of coaching. Lastly, we will learn about the principle of well-coaching give and take leadership. Ultimately, well-coaching leaders help people go on the path of Chanbo. For this reason, we need to familiarize ourselves with the method of give and take coaching. We learn GT leadership in order for us to, together in collaboration with other people, go on the path of Chambo. There are 3 core keywords for well coaching GT leadership: see well, do well, and be well. The second module is see well. What do you have to see well? It's about seeing what we are aiming for, what we want and hope for, our vision, our values, and our mission. Seeing these things very well means to see well. Yes. The third module is do well. We are able to give and take well through creating a good give and take coaching environment, so that when we talk with others, we acknowledge, praise, and support them and do well in give and take within them in order to be good at GT coaching. You need to be able to ask a good question and then listen carefully. This can provide training for those skills, and it is do well that helps you to remove obstacles and set up a plan of action. The fourth model is be well. Be well. In other words, to become well. In order to become well, We have to see well and do well. And if we see well and do well in what we want, we will become well as a result. When this happens, it becomes see well, do well, and be well. You see well, you do well, and you become well. Now, let's say in together, let's see well, then let's do well, and then let's be well, be well. Yes. In this way, we share the three keywords see well, do well, and be well. It is important to be well, which means to have good give and take coaching and to become well. However, we must not miss the core point of what does it mean for me to be well. It is through this kind of discussion and the practice of the heavenly heart of Chanbo that one can become the temple where heavenly parents dwells, the temple of the heavenly heart of Chanbo. This is why we study well coaching give and take leadership. What is the purpose of learning GT leadership? The purpose of learning well coaching is to experience the face of Chanbo, the face of heaven, so that we can establish Chan Il Guk well. So, the real purpose of learning is to see well, do well, and be well through the way of Chanbo. By setting the right value of Chanbo and seeing that vision clearly. Then what are the benefits of studying well coaching GT leadership? We learn how to communicate clearly and beautifully. In this case, you will become someone truly respected by others and become a beautiful you. Then comes a new change in the leadership that I have been practicing so far. Instead of leadership centered on me, you learn leadership centered on others, where you move and love together with other people. Then you will have the effect of multiplying these things. And for us who are heading toward Chan Il Guk, we get to become beautiful chamber people as a result. Do you really want to become a chamber person? Do you really want to become a chamber person? So what should we do become a chamber person? You have to find 3 people who can work together with you, and you should share this method with them. This is what we call creating the Trinity Foundation with the 3 people. For this reason, you will not learn well coaching alone. Rather, together in a team of 3 people. Well coaching GT leadership is different from general coaching. It is to be aware that there is a great divinity sleeping within in me that I have never known before. The purpose of this well coaching course is to help find this high ideal divinity in yourself, something people are unable to do through the human character alone. Not only do we seek divinity, but also to cultivate that divinity within ourselves and help others to do the same within themselves. So, in conclusion, first, it will help you to find your true self. This is called chamber presence. Well coaching is what helps you to realize this on your own. When you meet me and join me, you will be able to realize the divinity within yourself to know what it does, how it affects you, and share this with others. The divinity is the reason why you are here with me. Second, it is to help you to achieve what heavenly parents want, what I want, and what you want. So, well coaching helps you live life well-being. Well-being. Well-being appears as a result of well-seeing and well-doing. Third is to help you to be a beautiful and outstanding leader for yourself, your family, your society, the environment, and the world around us. Through the well coaching, then you will find yourself live a beautiful life and learn how to become a very beautiful, outstanding leader. Yes. So you will need to know the style and the method of doing well coaching, give and take leadership. We need to be good conversationalists. So we have to practice this with each other. I describe this process as Chanshim Chanbo course of devotion. This is because our lifelong habits don't easily change. However, through this conversation coaching, you have to become a heavenly self, a heavenly family, heavenly member, and a heavenly tribal member. Therefore, you must not stop. You must not stop doing this. Never give up. Never give up. And do this starting with yourself, with the mind of a trainee for Chanshim Chamber course of devotion. This is called give and take leadership. This is called give and take leadership, GT leadership. So this should become the process of your life and the process of your neighbor's life. The core of this is the process of living for the sake of others. In order for us to do this, the core of this is the process of living for the sake of others in order for us to do this. Okay, we need to see well, do well, and be well, and repeat the same process with others. This is training course of a chamber person. In order to do that, I want you form a team of 3 people. Continue coaching together. Give feedback on what you are studying today, and then spread our influence to others through follow-up coaching. Then other people will also want to study, join us to achieve their hopes and goals. This will greatly expand the circle of influence of chamber people. Now, with this content, let's draw up the vision of well coaching, give and take leadership together. Let's read these lines out loud together. Okay. We want to live a happy life. Not only my family and I, but all of us want happiness. We want to live happily at home, work, in society, and in this global village. For this, if you can envision well what you want, and if we can do that, we will achieve what we hope and dream of. For this reason, we coach. Through the GT coaching, we will become happy leaders, and happy everyone have beautiful, happy families, and become beautiful, happy members of society. Thank you.
Did you all listen very well?
Okay. Reverend Anton Una. Yeah, come on. 피드백 좀 해보세요, 안톤 누나. Yeah.
Yes, okay, I am here.
Antonona, can you please give us the feedback?
Okay, you are very great old leader, please.
Yeah, Professor Gill, I appreciate so much your words because this is very important. Even we are 10 years, 50 years in the church, but we forgot about ourselves to develop our vertical relationship with God. This is very, very important to see each other, Heavenly Father or sisters, Heavenly Mother, each other. And therefore, I very, very much appreciate your words, your education about these main points. We can change society only through ourselves. If we can grow, then also around our people can grow. Because we are thinking, oh, I am in the Messiah church, true parents, but we forget to grow. And therefore, we cannot reach nobody. But if we will go vertically, then people naturally will grow. This is my experiences within this last 1 year or last month, because I am doing in the society, I can see if I am developing, people are developing. That's all, Professor Gill. I appreciate once more your words, and I wish you health and next work with next steps with True Mother. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you very much. Okay, thank you very much. Reverend Julius. Please come. Reverend Julius.
Yes, thank you very much once again, Professor Gill. Especially, this is one of the important skills that Chonbo leaders need to inherit from true parents. And as you have emphasized, the purpose of well coaching first is to find our true self. Sometimes because we are too busy with many activities and many things, and then we forget that, of course, the one way to become a victorious Chonbo is to be true to ourselves and our relationship with our Heavenly Father. Finding my true self. And then based on that, we practice it, and then in order to find our true life. So I think the emphasis of Professor Gill, and then based on those two, finding my true self and my true life, then we can multiply. So we can practice it and practice it as leaders, as Chonbo leaders, and then especially following the direction of our true mother to multiply Chonbo, but it has to be rooted on finding my true self and practicing a true life. Thank you very much for this guidance, Professor Gill.
Okay, thank you very much. 그러면 이제 연이어서 그러면 우리는 도대체 누구냐?
Then we need to think about ourselves. So who are we?
정말 내가 스스 리더가 맞냐?
Am I a give and take leader, GT leader?
아니면은 그냥 관리자냐?
Or am I just like a manager type leader?
그래서 그걸 한번 생각해보는 영상을 다시 보시겠습니다.
And we'll watch together regarding this topic. Am I a give and take leader or manager type leader? We'll watch a video together.
At this time, Let us think what the differences are between a manager and a give and take leader. Let's think about what style I am. You can think of this question yourself. Am I a manager style or am I a GT leader style? Or do I have both GT leader and manager style together? Please, everyone, before talking about the managers and give and take leaders, I want you to look at this picture. It is a picture of a man saving a drowning man. What do you usually do when you rescue someone from drowning? A person who jumps directly into a water and rescues a drowning person. What kind of style is this person? You can think of this person as a manager style. On the other hand, a GT leader style is someone who gives drowning person something like a ladder or a tube to use get out the water in their own. Look at another picture. There is a compass and a clock. Which one is reminiscent of the image of a GT leader? The compass points you in the direction. The clock shows limited time. The image of the compass is reminiscent of a GT who shows the direction. The clock reminds me of a manager who manages his work within a limited time frame. So, which style of leader are you? Or let's consider the differences between give and take leader and the manager in more detail. When a GT leader encounters something, he would think, why do I need to do this? He emphasizes why, focusing on the meaning and the value of work. But the manager would say, how are we going to do this? He would be interested in the methodologically. How managers are people who want to do their job well in efficient way. GT leaders are people who want to do the right work in the right way. In other words, they work in an efficient way, effective way. In English, a manager would say, do things right. And the GT leaders would say, do the right thing. Next, the give and take leader places more importance on the people who do the work rather than the work itself. Managers focus more on tasks, project, to-dos, and performance management rather than the people. If GT leaders promote organizational effectiveness, i.e., doing the right thing, managers focus on efficiency, doing the work well, no matter how good you are at your work, you have to do it right. A GT leader is a person who sets the right direction for work, and a manager is a person who makes sure to follow the set policy. So what kind of leaders are you? Let's summarize our thought. What kind of person should the Chambo family be? Now, take the time to think of yourself. I am a GT style, or I am a manager style, or sometimes I'm a manager style and sometimes I'm a GT style. We encouraged you to think about this together in a free or first school in expectation of sharing this in the field. This is the homework. This is the homework of the class this time. What does a give and take leader do? When a GT leader is going to do something, he makes a plan. And when they've done this, they preview what the outcome will be. Then, while thinking, I should have this job done by so and so, or who should be the right person do this job. They delegate their work to their subordinate. How often do you delegate and share your task with others through the give and take? In this way, a GT leader is a person who delegates the task through give and take. So after delegating the task, if any problem arises in the process of carrying out the task, they identify the issue and make effort to help solve the problem. Next, after completing your work, you should evaluate yourself, such as if someone had a problem, you should be able to solve why the problem came up and how the person's interpersonal relationships was. A leader is a person who constantly defines self-development so that he or she can do a better job next time. Meaning, they have good give and take with others. In this process, you will acquire new skill and develop your creativity. Also, GT leaders don't work alone. GT leaders don't work alone. They work by building a team foundation. It is the GT leader's job to build good relationships through coaching and lead such a team. These give and take leaders have the ability to respond to change. For example, the world is experiencing unthinkable things happen around us because of the coronavirus crisis that started in early 2020. Who knew the world would be like this? No one knew. In this fast-changing environment, management-style leaders have a difficult time managing any business. But what would you do if you were a GT leader with the ability to cope with change? In particular, our activities within Heavenly Parents' holy community become more active in the on-tact era and exerted a great influence in the world. This is because True Mother has excellent GT leadership ability in faith. And it can be seen that the same is true for our coaching class through the Zoom platform. In the past, we used to gather in one place to teach. But now that we can meet in person, we teach through the Zoom and when the class is over. We do activities on our own or with 3 other members. Isn't this also coping ability? As you do this, you will have a great impact on those around us as our influence grows. Through what the GT leaders do, The leader actually shows good example by practicing it on his own, and the leader who has gone through this process goes beyond the manager position. So now we must become GT leaders, not manager. Raise our children and be in a position to think creatively about what we should do in our organization. In the workplace, in the church, and in society, 천일국 should become a world lead by the heavenly treasure, the chamber leaders, through give and take action. The time has changed now. The time has changed now. It has changed from the manager style era to the leader style era, centering on the give and take leaders. No one is following the leaders who grew like kings or are in charismatic position. So Daniel Gorman is saying that we should now realize the power of emotional intelligence. Emotional intelligence leadership has 4 forms. Self-awareness is to be able to recognize oneself. Next, he said that you should be able to self-management. To manage yourself, not to end just with self-awareness. You have to be aware of what happened to you. Then you can control yourself, and then you have to be able to give and take coaching by yourself. It is not limited to yourself, but in social relationships with yourself. You must be able to recognize what is happening around you according to social skill, which is social awareness. Once you have recognized your surroundings, you need to have the skill to control what you perceive around you. So you have to have 4 skills: self-awareness skill, self-management skill, social awareness, and then relationship management skill. Therefore, the purpose of Chamber Leaders School where we are studying now is to become leaders, really like a heavenly treasure. Chambo as Chambo and becoming real Chambo by breaking away from my style or self-centered style in our daily life and changing to the other-centered give and take leader style and Chambo leader style. Then, what kind of person are you? What kind of person are you? When I think of myself, do I frequently have give and take with my original mind and have self-awareness? Who am I? Who am I? How does the family I live in represent by my role and who I am in the family? How will I be seen in the church I attend, my workplace, or the social structure to which I belong? During this class, we had time to think about what kind of person we are while talking about the GT leaders and the manager. Accordingly, we came to know that only when I can know about myself, I can understand others. And that is good to have the habit of a leader of my actions and my habits. The traditional manager style leader is like this picture. A manager style leader traditionally thinks she has problems and lacks when dealing with people. It is self-centered thinking. That's why he thinks he should teach them and he gives directions and orders. When this happens, the inner power of the subordinated gradually weakens and shrinks. People under such managers gradually do only what they are told and become incompetent people who cannot do anything without instruction. Manager-style persons in these organizations do everything egocentrically. Egocentrically. What style are you? If you are a parent at home, in what style do you treat your children? What about give and take coaching style leadership? When dealing with client or other people, GT leaders believe that these people have a lot of potential. When there is a problem, the GT leader believes that they have the ability to elicit the answer. And because they are the ones who make the choice and act, the GT leader only help them do this well by exchanging in give and take action. So the amazing thinking that happens is that the inner power within these people in object partner's position expands and becomes more powerful and more creative. The give and take leader acts as order-centered, because his object partner becomes the center rather than the coach himself. This is possible because of strong belief and conviction that the Almighty Heavenly Parents lives in the object partners, just as Almighty Heavenly Parents lives in oneself. I hope you will think deeply about this content shared today. In your field, am I a manager or a GT leader? Am I a self-centered leader? Am I an other-centered leader? What will I do next? What will I do next? Think deeply. Deeply think. Okay. Thank you very much. Okay, thank you. Please, Niklaus Chista, Reverend Niklaus Chista. Niklaus Chista.
Reverend Nicholas Chisha.
Okay, I have a question to you. I think you are a very good listener. Yeah, I saw you. Reverend Nicholas Chista?
Yes.
Can you hear?
Yes.
Reverend Nicholas
Okay.
Chisha.
Yes, I can hear you.
Yeah. What kind of person?
What kind of person are you? Either manager style or GT leader style?
I think I find myself in between the two.
Okay, I see.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. Oh, okay. So Teresa, how are you? What kind of person?
What kind of person are you?
Raise your kettle.
Yes.
Yeah, I think I was a manager style, but I'm learning to be more a give and take leader.
I think we are very great give and take leader, GT leader. You are very GT leader.
Oh,
I
thank
think
you.
so. Yeah. 오케이. 자, 그러면은 우리가 지금까지 공부를 한 말레이시아 사람들이 이것을 듣고 만드는 영상을 한번 보겠습니다.
Then let's watch a video from Malaysia who have studied this and practiced in their field.
그들은 이 공부를 잘 조합해서 아주 멋진 프로그램을 만들었습니다.
And they've studied very well this method, and they made really good program.
이 비디오를 보시면서 여러분들은 ABC 수프를 드시기 바랍니다.
By watching this video, I hope you can take this like ABC soup.
Soup. Yeah.
Soup. Yeah.
Yeah. ABC 수프의 특징을 보시고 여러분들도 잘 관찰해 보시기 바랍니다.
Please watch carefully and see the characteristics of this ABC soup and learn from it.
그들은 awakening이라고 해서 서로 상대를 깨우쳐주는 작업을 하면서 홈그룹도 하면서 그 다음에 교육의 5 베이스 프로그램을 마련해서 성공한 케이스입니다.
They use this awakening program in order to awaken each other, and they use 5 base program.
그래서 여러분들 한번 보시고 관찰한 다음에 두 분의 발표를 듣고 또 질의응답 시간을 갖겠습니다.
Please watch this video carefully, and we will also listen to 2 presentations, and we'll have Q&A session.
자, 영상 보여주세요.
Good day to Professor Gill and all the world leaders. My name is Chia Hui Kim. I'm the director of the HTM Department of Malaysia. Today, I would like to share to you about Malaysia HTM Leader School 1, Self-Coaching 5 Base. This is Malaysia Witnessing Education System. The content I would like to share to you is, first, Malaysia HTM Leader School 1, Self-Coaching 5 Base. Second, the result of Self-Coaching 5 Base. Third, testimony of Self-Coaching 5 Base. Fourth, the secret to success of Self-Coaching 5 Base. And finally, the conclusion. I would like to give you a picture about Malaysia's situation. We have around 120 breast family. Among them, around 30 breast family, which is 1/3 of the breast family, actively take part in witnessing. And we're facing many difficulties and challenges to do witnessing. Although in the past, we have been blessed many couples, but we couldn't break through to raise them up to become regular member. Until 2017, we learned home group system from Professor Gill. We started to form home groups, and headquarters, we tried to develop HTM Leader School 1 contents. And home group and HTM Leader School 1, we are running together. Then slowly, few home group, they started to raise up PMC couple to become associate members, but still the number is very small. In 2019, we learned self-pastoring program from Japan Kosei Church. And then finally, we realized and we determined in the next year, we modified this content. HTM Leader School 1 program plus self-pastoring program, it becomes self-coaching 5 base, which is a very universal educational content. So I would like to explain to you first the Malaysia HTM Leader School 1, the self-coaching 5 base. The 5 base, which is include first, supporter, second base, registered member, third base, associate member, fourth base, regular member, and finally 5 base is core members. So in order to run this 5 base, we have 2 parties. The first is home group. Another one is center or the headquarters. So home group itself, they need to run their activities. Especially, we have a 9 lesson of happy days. This is the responsibility of home group, which they need to provide to all their new VIP or guests. And then our part in headquarters or the center, we produce the workshop. We organize the workshop, master coaching workshop, divine principle workshop, and other workshop in order to raise up their spiritual life. So 2 parties, we work together closely in order to run this 5 base. So start from this January this year, 2021, we have organized many kind of the online workshop through the Zoom method, because mostly our breast family is Chinese speaking, so we are running in the Chinese language, including the 9 lessons of Happy Days, the Master Coaching Workshop, and the DP Workshop, which we call it the Journey to Discover the Root of Life. So secondly, I would like to share to you the result after we apply this self-coaching 5 days around half year. Around half year, we can see our result from the supporter to reach out to the registered member. The percentage is increasing. From the registered member to become the associate member, the percentage increasing more. And then finally, when they become the associate member, we nurturing them all in this 16 weeks of a 4-cycle home group gathering, which Professor Gill teach us. So among 24 of them, 24 of our associate member, all of them join in this home group gathering, which it produced us 100% success to nurturing a new membership in home group. So ultimately, our goal is we want to continuously raising them up to become a regular member. So all our new members, they are nurturing in our home group 4-cycle gathering. Because of this COVID-19 pandemic, very serious in Malaysia, we can't do any kind of the physical activities. All we can do is online through the Zoom. So our home group 4-cycle gathering also through the Zoom online. Although it is online, but all our members, they miss this 4-cycle every week. They're missing each of the brother and sister. When they come in, they feel the love of heavenly parents and two parents. And through brother and sister sharing, they can really inspire, and their life is keep changing. They have a lot of testimony. They are missing every week of their meeting and gathering. And then they see the hope through our 5-based self-coaching, because they feel that this is the way that they can live happily and they can become the ideal family, and they can become a very joyful person. So all these new members, their life is totally changing now. Their mindset, their thought is changing. Their heart is become better and better and more happier. And even though when our breast family, our members, when we see them growing week by week, we are so moved and we are so touched, because we guide them one by one. So when we see their spiritual life is growing, we are very moved, because we can feel Heavenly Parents' love is together with them. And we can feel that they are really learn and they really practice thoroughly in their life. That's why they have a changing experience in their life. So until May, end of the May, we have another new record, which we managed to invite 69 of the new guests through this online Zoom Happy Days lesson. And among them, 20 of them is from the social media approach. And it really gives us a new impact, that we feel that this is the way, although it is online, but all the participants, they really enjoy the program, and they can feel the atmosphere is really different. They like us. They want to come together with us, because they feel so powerful, the positive energy among our brother and sister, although it is an online workshop. So their testimony sharing is very good, and they even determine themselves, they want to continue the next level of the education. And we also have another breakthrough is within 2 days, we can manage to invite 32 new guests for our Happy Days 1, 2, 3 lesson. And then among these 32 new guests, their quality is so good. They are so able type, and they are so kind, and their reflection is so amazing. We are very moved when we listen to their testimony and reflection. They can really understand what is Heavenly Parent, the assistant of Heavenly Parents, and they can understand we are Heavenly Parents' children. So they determine they want to change their life. They want to change their life, centering on their conscience, centering on Heavenly Parent to live a happy life. So they can understand very deeply and they determine themselves they want to practice this self-coaching work in their daily life. And then now we also developed the English version of self-coaching, which we want to benefit to all our Malaysian English speaking people. And then on the June, we also developed the Japanese version of self-coaching 5 days, centering on our Japanese breast wife. And all of them, when they come together, they just listen one lesson of happy day. They are so inspired and they are so energetic and they have a determination. They want to do witnessing. They want to bring their family, their relatives, and their friends to join this self-coaching 5 days. They gain back their confidence. And then I would like to share to you one of the testimony from our home group, which is L3. Before we running this HTM Leader School 1, the self-coaching 5 days, this home group and also all our other home group, we are facing difficulty to raising up our new registered member. But after we apply self-coaching 5 days, we can see the tremendous changings and miracle happening. So from before that, they only have 8 members in their home group. And after half year, they can produce 36 members. And among them, 9 is the new member. So the percentage of increasing the members and new member is 350%. This number really give us a very deep impact and we feel this is the way through the 5 days we can produce the result, we can harvest the result. So we have a confidence through this 5 days, step by step we gone through, then we can raising up the registered member. Finally they can become a regular member. So these 9 members, they are just born after 43 days. After 43 days, through this self-coaching 5 days, 9 of them, they are so inspired. And even 2 of them, they start to do witnessing. They start to bring another new friend to come into this self-coaching 5 days in a very short period of time. So they are growing together with their new guests. And then in this home group 4-cycle gathering, they are continuously practice Huntoke reading and doing the prayer. And then they also practice this self-coaching practice. So because of that, they are growing and growing. So this is another breakthrough record we can see through this self-coaching 5 days. So the fourth, what is the secret that in order to success this self-coaching 5 days, in Malaysia, in order to implement it successfully, we come out what we call it ABC soup. So what is this ABC soup? Centering on Professor Gill teaching about see well, do well, be well. We create this ABC soup program. A standing for Awakening Coaching Healing Section. This is a coaching healing section. It is an awakening for all members to have an awareness for their spiritual growth through the coaching skill so that they can see well their spiritual growth situation, what happened to them. And then we do healing for them in order for them to let go their past shadow with the self-coaching content, which is Tongsong purification. Then they can restart a new life with a new determination so that they can do well. So we encourage all of them to join in our B, which is HTL Leader School 1, self-coaching 5 days. B stand for 5 days. So when they go through this 5 days step by step and level by level of the education, they realize and they revive by themselves and they have more determination. They want to do witnessing. And then C is home group 4-cycle gathering. 4 cycle C. C is a 4-cycle gathering. centering on Trinity. Without Trinity, we can't do much. So centering on home group Trinity, we run every week this home group 4-cycle gathering. We run this 16 weeks of the 4-cycle gathering. So this home group, we forming a base, and this is a home. This is a home that so that we can nurturing all our new spiritual life. In the past, we never have this kind of the follow-up system. But since we established this home group 4-cycle gathering, this kind of the system, our base is there. And then when the new life, they come back to their home, they can feel Heavenly Parents' love. They can feel two parents' love, and they can feel brother and sister love. And with that, we grow up together. So this is the way we can implement this self-coaching 5-base successfully. Without A or C, we're just doing this self-coaching 5-base, we can't have this kind of the effective result. But with A plus B plus C together, we can let members see well, do well, and be well. And ultimately, we can bring a successful result. So the conclusion, we can realize and we understand, and we are so grateful. This self-coaching 5-base, it is a gift from our Heavenly Parents and True Parents, which is suited for Malaysian culture. And we realize it is a new Malaysia Choyo Group witnessing education system for all our members to totally align with Heavenly Parents and True Parents' heart and vision, so that we can work together, because the content are simple, practical, and easier. So it is very easy to practice in life, and it is suitable for any age and any kind of the people. Our breast family, they start to do witnessing, and they gain back the confidence in witnessing, which is we lost it in the past for more than 20 years. And with these 3 concepts, learn, practice, and teach together, 3 generations, breast family, single family, or even second gen, we grow together spiritually, we work together, and we create a very healthy church Simjong culture. We receive a lot of inspired, touching testimony by our new guests and members. So we believe this self-coaching 5-base, it is our base foundation, and we want to develop more in order to approach to the public, to really open the way for more and more people outside the world. And finally, we can restore 1/3 population of the world through this online witnessing system. And then we can let all our breast family to achieve the HTM mission, and then finally to become a substantial Chombo couple. So this is my sharing. Thank you very much. Good day to
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. 지금 말레이시아 후이킴은 지금 그 해피데이를 하고 있기 때문에 말레이시아 팀이 오늘 들어오지 못했습니다.
We came from Malaysia. They are actually holding their happy day today, so they couldn't participate today's session.
저렇게 눈물 흘리면서 보고하는 것은 보고를 위한 보고가 아니고 참 어머님이 함께 하시기 때문에 저렇게 합니다.
You know, she's giving a report in tears. That means it's not herself, but her mother is with her. That's why.
오프라인이 아니고 온라인 가운데 점점 많이 사람이 늘어나고 너무나 감격스러운 보고였습니다.
Not in the offline base, but online, through online meetings, there are so many people who are newly joined. So it's a really inspiring testimony.
여러분 여기 그 캐나다의 김문식 회장님 소감을 좀 얘기해 주시죠.
Dr. Munshi Kim from Canada, could you please share your insight?
Thank you, Professor Gear. Yeah, this is amazing content. Yesterday, I drove like 6-7 hours and working hard for something. So tired this morning. And
thank you very much. Yeah.
But no. I want to continue, Dr. Kier. But this is eye-opening, content. I was very sleepy this morning, but the content was amazing. So I like the basic, purpose.
Yes.
Becoming Chonshim Chonbo, this course of devotion. Basically, we want to live a happy life. And not only my family and I, but all of us want to happiness. So this is, I like this is the vision and the goal. Also, that's what divine principle says. Everybody wants to be happy, and this strategy, it seems complicated, but what she just mentioned, it's very simple and practical. So
yes,
I want to learn more about this, and I think this GT leadership, everybody, actually every leader need to learn about this content. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Reverend King. So, Alexei, from Russia, could you please your reflection? Alexei
from Russia, could you please share your reflection?
Professor Gil, are you asking me to share?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you for this chance. Actually, second time I'm listening the presentation of Mrs. Kim from Malaysia, and I could see how they advanced from this coaching, self-coaching session, how they advanced this to take care about new guests. So it's really interesting how they're building up this system and practicing what is called give and take leadership. So from this, I'm much excited, though details is not clear, of course, because not so much time, but how the Malaysian leaders are following your teaching, it's really amazing, and how they're bringing results. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Now I'm very excited. Okay, 그럼 이제 두 사람의 발표를 듣고 들읍시다.
Okay, let's go on to the two presenters presentation session.
Please tell us PowerPoint.
네, 그러면 이제 발표에 바로 들어갈 건데요. 먼저 아프리카를 대표해서
From
에릭,
Africa, representing Africa.
네, 이름은 에릭 가샬라무테와 이분이 이제 발표를 좀 준비하셨습니다. 큰 박수로
prepared his presentation. Let's give him a big round of applause, please. Eric Kashala-Mutewa, can you please start your presentation?
Hello?
Hello.
You can get me? Hello?
Hello, we can hear you, yes.
Okay, thank you very much. My presentation, first of all, get inspiration from True Mother's word on establishing happy family community. True Parent word, we need to complete the ideal of the blessed family with which heaven has blessed us. The family is the cradle of true love, true life, and true lineage, and the base upon which God's purpose of creation is realized. Our vision for peace evokes pure love, happy families, and a peaceful world. blessed couples should raise their children through love and the word in a tradition of attending heaven with absolute love and attaining complete oneness. Through Hundoke in your families, you should foster the firm establishment of Chonel Book, order, and fulfill the ideal of the blessing. That is how the tradition of heart can take root in both vertical and horizontally, according to the standard of vertical high noon. These are true parent word on establishing happy families. But I'm not going to give a report as such, but just to share some insight on based on Reverend Jill teaching on leadership and also the give and take. So based on Reverend Jill's presentation, my presentation is based on, first of all, understanding, also defining leadership, which, if we have to design, is the capacity to translate vision into reality by including others, other people, not only his own effort. So as leaders, we have to think about others, as we are blessing many families. Like here in Zambia, we have blessed over 30,000 couples, but we still struggle about database. So leadership is not just a position, neither just giving orders. Successful leaders are able to fulfill their vision not only by their own action, but through the contribution of others, because they understand people and know how to motivate them. Find what makes people work harder, what makes them produce more result and do better. So this is the vision which we have is already given. True parents have given us the vision, which is one family under God. So we need to have values and qualities and take action so that we can bring the result. So for this reason, as leaders, we need to follow some principles of leadership, which is, first of all, to know oneself, seek self-improvement, be technically proficient, seek responsibility, and take responsibility for one's action. Make sound, timely decision, set the example, know your people, and look out for their well-being. Keep your members informed, develop a sense of responsibility in the members, ensure that tasks are understood, supervised, and accomplished. Train a team, use the full capabilities of your organizations. And the characteristics of a leader: have positive thinking, it means to be optimistic, character, have good qualities, principles that others can admire, and also should have communication skill, give and take, which is the flow of information which makes relationship go far, and motivation, how to cause someone to act and do something he or she can like. Of course, we have a responsibility. So as spiritual leaders, there is one law of creation which the principles of creation has taught us: to invest all your energy and your being in those in the object position. So everything rises and falls on leadership. And the main principles True Father taught us is to love, to serve, and sacrifice. So now let me look at the give and take in leadership styles. So we find that there are different types of leadership which are also applied. Number one, we have a dominating leader whose focuses his attention on getting goals accomplished and making that happen by giving orders. What is the advantage? Things are done, but however, there's turnout, and followers have to follow by just following, doing what the leader says. So therefore, this leadership is needed mostly during the time of crisis. And we have got also another type of leadership, which is a negotiating leader. This style of leadership is a style of a winner who helps others. It requires mutual victory, find what the organization needs, discern what his followers want, and he communicates his own desire, identifies what will break off negotiation. This needs flexibility and creativity in the people, in the members involved. Result, there's an entrepreneurship. Potential breakdowns, we find that if one party does not perform, the other loses. We have also give and take in leadership, type of leadership called persuading leadership style. Sometimes a leader finds himself in a position where he knows what is best for the organization and his followers, but they do not yet share his conviction. He or she has to create in others a feeling similar to his. Be convinced yourself before convincing others. Have the right, good motives and attitude. Have integrity and confidence. Know where people are in their belief and feelings. Have the interests of others at heart. There is a saying which goes on, people don't care how much you know before they know how much you care. That should be the winning attitude. So what is the breakdown? If the motivator is absent, nothing happens. And we have this other type, which is modeling leadership style. Modeling has a tremendous impact on people. Positive examples always prompt positive actions. Leadership where the followers start behaving like their leader, where the followers start behaving like their leader. And it says, do not say, actually, do as I say, but do as I do. But as people go by, they start behaving like their leader. This is true to children mostly and true to adults.
Okay,
As
sorry,
adults,
sorry.
we are influenced by.
I'm sorry.
You can say the main point.
Yes.
Can you please say the main point?
무엇을 얘기하고 싶습니까?
Sorry, due to our time limitation, could you please say the core points that you would like to share?
Okay. The core point is mostly in the management leadership, which is how we can balance leadership and management roles, which is which have 7 ways to maintain a balanced management leadership role. We have to be a role model and also communicate the bigger picture. So meaning we have to communicate expectation very clearly, and also we need to be decisive. We have to be able to take decisions which are correct, and also be a listener, and also accept differences. And also we need to build a team so that we can bring result. And also we should keep on learning. So normally the purpose of a manager is to produce result. So manager must have skills and knowledge and experience to make the team achieve result. While as a leader, mostly it's the leader is a overall supervisor. So in conclusion, we have this task of blessing 1/3 of the world population. So we need some skills, and this will help us to achieve the goal. So based on these principles, I think if we implement them, we can be able to bring good result. Thank you very much.
예, 고맙습니다.
Thank you very much. Let's give him a big round of applause.
리더십에 대해서 많은 생각을 갖고 있습니다.
So he has a lot of thoughts in leadership.
자, 생각해 보십시오.
Let's think about it. Please think about it.
강력한 목표를 중심 삼고 끌고 나가는 것을 리더라고 할 수 있느냐?
Can we say it's a leader who sets the like a very powerful sets a goal and lead people with such power?
목적 중심 삼는 것이 리더냐, 아니면 그 목적을 행하려고 하는 사람을 중심 삼고 대하는 것이 리더냐?
We need to think whether is it a leader who sets the goal and purpose and centering on that, or you are centering on the person who actually are involved in those process.
많은 지도자들이 목적 때문에 고민하고 있습니다.
There are so many leaders who struggle because of they centered on goal.
그렇기 때문에 우리가 이 과제를 깊게 여러분들이 함께 생각해 봐야 됩니다. 팔로우들하고 같이.
So we really need to think about this deeply with your followers as a big task, as a homework.
진정한 리더는 진실한
The
특히
truthful leader is
기원절 이후의 진실한 리더는
after the foundation day, the true leader is
정말로 그 안에 하늘 부모님 살아계신 것을 자신이 아는 것처럼
truly that Heavenly Parent lives within me, within us, realizing that.
상대 안에도 똑같은 하늘 부모님이 살아계시다고 인정하고 믿을 수 있어야 됩니다.
That we, as leaders, we need to understand and accept that each one of the members, each one of the people that we are related to, have true Heavenly Parent within them, within each one of them.
그렇게 생각할 때 어떻게 함께 나갈 수 있을까 하는 그런 아이디어나 좋은 생각들이 떠오를 겁니다.
When we think about it that way, then you can have a great idea finding, working together with everyone.
그래서 이 시간에는 리더냐 관리자냐 하는 그런 주제를 갖고 생각해 봤습니다.
So we thought about it. We thought together about like a leader and manager, true leader and manager, the differences.
레버넌 뮤터와는 어떤 스타일의 사람입니까?
Okay, Reverend Mutewa, what kind of leader are you?
Blessed Family Department leader, director.
지금 나의 질문의 뜻을 알고 있어요?
Do you understand my question?
Hello?
Hello, did you understand my question?
Oh, I'm still learning leadership.
네, 앞으로 더 공부하십시오.
Yeah, please study. Yeah, please learn.
네. 자, 그러면 이 다음에 발표하실 분 발표하겠습니다.
Okay, let's go into the next presenter, please.
네, 다음 발표자가 캐나다를 대표해서
So next, Pierre Vergard, Mr. Pierre Vergard from
박수로 모시겠습니다.
Canada. Let's give him a big round of applause.
안녕하십니까. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to all my brothers and sisters throughout the world. Dr. Professor Gill, I'm happy to be here. As you said, time has changed. it's now time for give and take style leadership. I consider that in Canada, we're very fortunate because we have the chance to be following two great give and take leaders, in my opinion, and that is Professor Gill and Dr. Young. And Dr. Young this morning shared one sentence I want to share from True Father. Said, there is only one way to restore a person's heart, and that is through God's heart and love. That is from our True Father. So I have been meeting with my wife and two other HTM couples since October, once a week. And our goal is to help each other to do our 43 couples. And we want to share information in order to help each other. So I appreciate to learn from those people who have been learning from Professor Gill for a long time and are showing inspiring results. That is the case of, as we heard today, and I think their method applies very well to a secularized culture. Canada is a very secularized culture, and I live in Quebec, the French-speaking part of Canada, which is even more secularized than the rest of Canada. So I share with my Trinity, I shared the 16 minutes of last CLS class, 16 minutes presentation by I don't know how to pronounce her name well, Hoi Kim from Malaysia, talked about the awakening coaching healing session. She said the goal is see well, do well, be well. I was particularly impressed by the 3-hour session of awakening healing session, which Hoi Kim explained in her presentation. The emphasis of this approach is to help people to see well their spiritual situation. And today she emphasized it again as the first part of the process of what they're doing. And that 3-hour session, I believe they do it together, I think, with each new guest. And first, they do a survey analysis of the member's spiritual growth situation. I would love to see that survey. I haven't seen it. Secondly, using coaching skills, therefore give and take leadership, coaching skill, give and take leadership is the same thing, I think. Ask the right question to guide in order to realize what is their past shadow, which is their spiritual wounds. Through Jungsung purification healing, which is I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you, I love you. To guide the member to let go of the past shadow and be freed from the wounds. So through this approach, we stand as a co-worker with our Heavenly Parent and to console and comfort their heart. We let them feel Heavenly Parent's love. And when the sister Kim is talking about it, she speaks with a lot of heart and emotion. You can see something profound is happening. As you said, Professor Gill, the True Mother's love is working through their work. We can expect to see miracles happen resulting in healing relationships and even health. So this is the testimony from Malaysia. So I encourage everyone to listen to the 16-minute section from last week, but then we got a new gift today, which I will listen to again for sure. Today, Professor Gill has taught us about coaching, Chunbo well coaching, give and take leadership. That is the main thing that Chunbo Leaders School 3 courses focuses on. There are diverse ways to develop your heavenly heart, as Professor Gill said, and become a heavenly treasure. In today's lesson, Professor Gill focused on the approach which emphasizes, again, see well, do well, be well, which is the essence of well coaching. The purpose of this approach is to help us become Chunbo leaders by breaking away from self-centered style in our daily life and changing to the other-centered give and take leadership style, which is a Chunbo leader style. No one is following leaders who rule like kings or in a charismatic position. And perhaps, as the previous brother said, this is for a crisis situation. It's good, but this is not the time anymore. You can also learn about emotional intelligence from Daniel Goleman. Professor Gill referred to him. I encourage people to look into it. which has 4 forms. This type of intelligence has 4 forms. First, self-awareness, which is to be able to recognize oneself, or as Socrates said, know thyself. 2, self-management, which is the ability to manage yourself, be able to self-control. You have to be aware of what happened to you, and then you can control yourself. 3 is social awareness, which is, so this is not limited to managing yourself, but it's applied to social relationships with yourself. You must be able to recognize what is happening around you according to social skills. And 4thly, relationship management, which I understand to be the ability to recognize your surroundings and then be able to have the skills to control what you perceive around you. Professor Gill explains that in order to become well, you have to have 4 skills: self-awareness, self-management skills, social awareness skills, and then relationship management skills. Doing this will become, through doing this, you will become someone truly respected by others. And Professor Gill, someone very beautiful, I will say, to become the best version of yourself. To do this, you need to find 3 people who can work together with you and share this method with them. We should not learn well coaching alone, but in a team of 3 people. Through Chunbo well coaching, give and take leadership, we become aware that there is a great divinity sleeping in ourselves and that we have never known before. We want to help others to cultivate the divinity without that. Thank you.
Yeah, that's great, perfect report. Thank you very much. Yeah. 이제 이것처럼 우리는 지금 여러분 오늘 우리가 이게 메인 말하자면 클래스인데 프리하고 포스트를 꼭 하시기 바랍니다. 여러분 그 지역에서.
This is the main class today, and please do have pre-class and post-class in your each region and each area.
특히 스스 리더십을 공부하려면은 혼자서 강의하는 걸 듣고 이것으로서 숙련되지 않습니다.
Especially to learn give and take leadership. You can't just listen to the lecture and practice yourself. This is not possible.
저는 지금 주제를 얘기해 드렸어요. 주제.
I only explain the topics to you.
당신은 어떤 사람이냐?
What kind of person are you? What kind of leader are you?
나의 self-awareness, 나를 알아야 다른 사람을 알 수가 있지요.
So we have to know ourselves. We need to have self-awareness so that we can understand others.
많은 리더들은 자기는 아는데 다른 타인들은 모른다고 생각하기 때문에 강력하게 밀고 나가는 거예요.
Many leaders think that they know things better than others. That's why they think their leadership, like strong leadership, is important.
강력하게 밀고 나가는 것이 아주 카리스마적 리더십이라고 얘기할 수 있을지 모릅니다만은 그 속에는 자기의 에고도 들어있다는 걸 잊지 말아야 돼요.
You may think the strong leadership, like really charismatic leadership, is good, but you have to remember, you shouldn't forget that in that leadership, strong leadership, you also have your ego.
이것이 self-awareness입니다. 그걸 깨달는 것이.
To understand that is self-awareness, that you realize that part.
그래서 그런 사람은 self-control 할 수 있어야 돼요.
So the kind of leadership, that if you are the kind of a leader, then you need to be able to self-control yourself.
그 다음에 inside out입니다.
Inside out이란 무슨 뜻인가요?
내면에서 외면으로 나가는 거죠.
Then it can reflect your inside, what's inside you can be reflected to outside to other people.
주변의 social awareness가 되는 거죠. 주변을 깨달는 거죠.
That becomes a social awareness that you understand your surroundings.
그리고 실제적으로 사회를 깨닫고 또 그것에 적응해서 컨트롤하고 딜을 할 수 있는 리더가 아까 데니얼 골맨이 얘기하듯이 이모셔널 리더라는 거죠.
In reality, that you're aware your surroundings and social awareness, then you can control, and that's the also leadership that we learn, emotional leadership from Goldman, Mr. Goldman.
결론적으로 우리는 어떤 리더냐?
In conclusion, what kind of leader am I? What kind of leader are you?
수수 리더는
The give and take leader is
상대방의 잘못을 보았을 때
when you see the fault in other person,
그 잘못을 지적하는 것보다는
instead of pinpointing, instead of pointing at the person, what's
그
wrong?
사람 안에 계신 하늘 부모님에게 I'm sorry, forgive me, I thank you, I love you를 할 수 있어야 된다.
You should be able to see the heavenly parent in that person and say, I'm sorry, please forgive me, I thank you, and I love you. You should be able to say that to the person.
그것이 바로 내 안에 계신 하늘 부모님이 상대 안에 계신 하늘 부모님에게 미안함과 용서와 감사와 사랑을 구하는 것입니다.
That is, the heavenly parent in me, within me, is seeing the heavenly parent in the object partner person in the object partner position and saying, I'm sorry, please forgive me, I love you, and I thank you.
이건 네팔에서 나마스테 의미하고 거의 같습니다.
This is like a namaste that they say in Nepal.
그렇게 마음을 갖고 있으면은 상대를 쉽게 대할 수 없어요.
If you have that kind of heart, you can't just see other people easily, like, you know, look down, sort of.
그래서 하늘 부모님과 하늘 부모님이 만날 때 빅 파워가 생깁니다.
다시 한번 말씀해 주시겠어요?
하늘 부모님과 내 안에 하늘 부모님과 상대 안에 하늘 부모님 만났을 때 이게 굉장히 큰 팀 스피릿, 빅 파워가 생기는 거예요.
So when when the heavenly parent within me is meeting the heavenly parent in the other person, that there is a big power can be generated.
그게 두 사람보다는 세 명이 그렇게 만났을 때 이거는 기적이 일어난다는 거죠.
So it's better in three people when three people are together instead of two. Then there's a miracle that can happen.
말레이시아에서는 이걸 깨달은 거예요.
So in Malaysia, they realized this.
여러분 지난번 참어머님 앞에 보고하는 이틀 동안 있을 때 말레이시아의 그 신종매가 천보과정이 보고를 한 걸 들었습니까?
Have you listened to the report from Heavenly Tribal Messiah leader from Malaysia during the report session to True Mother?
천벌이다. 헤븐리 트라블 말고 천벌이다가 발표했었어요.
A Chambal leader gave a report from Malaysia. Have you listened to the report?
그때 그 발표한 리더는 여자였었어요.
The person who gave a report was a sister.
의사가 그 남편이 신장이나 좋지 않아 가지고 별로 가망이 없다고 얘기했었어요.
Her husband's doctor told them that her husband's kidney was not very good, so there's no hope that they were told.
그런데 홈그룹스에서 트리니티가 힘을 합해서 기도해주고 하나가 되니까 그 남편이 소생하면서 천보 과정에 대해서 놀라운 발표를 한 겁니다.
But in their home group, the Trinity got together. They really prayed for him, and the husband could survive and treated. So there was a big report as a Chambal leader, Chambal family.
트리니티가 하나 돼서 기적이 일어나니까 말레이시아 사람들이 모여들고 모여드는 거예요.
When Trinity brought the miracle, when they prayed together, worked together, and therefore a lot of people started to join them more and more in Malaysia.
그래서 여러분들이 이제 이걸 스스 리더십을 공부하면은 여러분이 한 번으로 끝나지 말고 free after를 계속하면서 이걸 익혀야 됩니다. 익혀나가야 됩니다. 서로.
So when you learn this leadership, when you study this, you shouldn't just finish it as learning in this session alone. You need to do pre-session and after school session. So you have to practice it.
예. 그리고 제가 유튜브에다가 영상을 빨리빨리 올려드릴 때 거기에 subscribe를 빨리빨리 하시면 빨리 받아볼 수가 있어요. 미리.
So I will keep uploading my video on YouTube. So if you subscribe it, you can receive the video as soon as it's uploaded.
그래서 서로 주고받으면서 우리가 빨리 스스 리더들이 되기를 바라면서 오늘 수업을 마치기로 하겠습니다.
I'd like all of you to become give and take leader as you give and receive with other people. I hope all you become GT leaders.
그리고 여러분들 오늘 수업한 것에 대한 리플렉션을 참 어머님께 정말로 감사한 마음으로 더 드리면은 저희들 그걸 모아서 어머님에게 드리겠습니다.
And if you can submit your reflection, heartfelt reflection from today's session to True Mother, we'll collect them and report them to True Mother.
내일 아침에 피스티브에도 이런 리더스쿨에 대한 보도가 나갈 겁니다.
In Peace TV tomorrow morning, it will be included also a report from a session before.
특히 여기 내셔널 리더들이 계시면은 여러분 나라에서 이 시스템을 천보 교육원 시스템을 여러분들이 세틀링하기 바랍니다.
Especially those national directors in each country and each region who are participating today. I really hope that in each region this Chombo education system can be settled and make a foundation.
네, 그래서 말레이시아 같이 저런 일들이 많이 어머님한테 보고되기를 기대합니다.
I'm praying and hoping that a lot of reports like Malaysia does can be reported to True Mother.
네, 그 마지막으로 우리 그 네팔의 캐시나 카날.
Lastly,
캐시나 카날.
Keshina Kanal from Nepal.
네, 마지막 코멘트
share your last comment, please. Reflection.
Please come. Yes.
Thank you. Good evening, everyone.
Good evening. Good evening.
So thank you, Professor Gill, and I found very wonderful how to bring the True Parents word into practice in our daily life, also in our tribal community as a Chonbo leader. It's so practical guideline, so moving. Thank you, Professor Gill, for your hard work and sharing all those things. Thank you.
네, 여러분들 정말로 감사합니다.
Thank you very much, everyone.
Thank you.
다 만나서 안아주고 싶습니다.
I wish I can give you a big hug, each one of you.
예, 그렇게 마음 여기고 다 같이 감사한 마음으로 오늘 수업을 마치겠습니다. 감사합니다.